Rutschelainen. For the Islanders, Potvin and Morrow. Referee Bob Myers checks with the timekeeper, drops the puck, and it's picked up by Tonelli off his stick to Morrow. Johnstone right on top of him. Eddie Johnstone in checking. It's cleared it to the corner. It's picked up there by Morrow. Morrow around to Potvin. Bumped immediately. Allison knocked him off his pins, and Tonelli comes up with the puck. Needs the rush over center ice across the Ranger line. Dropped it to Nystrom. Moves in with a shot off the blocking glove of Glenn Hanlon. Johnstone in the far corner trying to come out of there with it. Gave it to Beck. Down to Rutschelainen. Rutschelainen up the right side. This is Don Maloney on his off wing. Goes to the left side to Johnstone. Johnstone checked by Morrow. Morrow plays it back of the goal. Got away from McEwen. Here's Rutschelainen in deep. Put one out in front off the stick of Johnstone. And picked up by Nystrom. Nystrom at center. On the Ranger line, they have three Rangers back. Here's Tonelli on left wing with a drive. He scores!
The first shot by the Islanders, possibly their second, but their first good one. John Tonelli gets it in behind the blocking glove on the stick side of Hanlon. Let's take a look as Bob Nystrom leads the rush, drops the puck. Watch everybody back up. John Tonelli teed it up twice before he let it go. He moved in and put it just inside the right goal post. Nystrom, as he started the play, drops it. Watch the Rangers back up. Tonelli, he could have gone further. There's his shot. And Hanlon cannot get to it with his blocking glove. And the Islanders lead 1-0 on the fourth goal by John Tonelli.
Nystrom draws the only assist. 54-second mark, up 1-0. The Rangers back into their own zone. Hedberg gave it to Laidlaw. The blue line on and off the stick. Picked up now by Pavlich. Comes over the line. Mark Pavlich with a backhander. Smith the save, and the rebound went off the post as Hedberg got a slap at it. Smith knocked down. Empty net, a drive. That went wide as McClanahan tipped it in front of the net. Billy Smith just now gets control of his stick and control of his composure, and the Rangers have to regroup in their own zone. They had a golden chance to tie it there. Now Hedberg comes in on the right wing. Unable to center it in front. It was cleared by Persson to Kaller. And there's Kaller to Potvin. Into center ice. It was knocked away from Merrick, and now as Potvin gets a stick on it offside is called. And Wayne...
Opportunity. That's Pavlich. There goes Hedberg to the net. Smith. There's the rebound. Rung off the outside of the goal post. Smith got a piece of it. He's down. He just had to tip it up into the net. He tipped it wide.
Rangers in their own zone. Beck cleared it up to center ice. Lane fires it around the boards. Hanlon cuts it off. Merrick in quickly, ran into the goaltender, and they push and shove at one another, but the Rangers controlled the puck. Into center ice comes Chartrand. Long shot is grabbed by Billy Smith. Played it back of the net, right to the Rangers, however. Gressner unable to pick it up. Here's Ken-Eric Anderson turning. His shot hit Persson. Persson and Gressner bump together. Bossy gets a stick on it. Played it back of the goal for Persson up the left side to Kaller. And there's Kaller. Rink wide. It's intercepted by Gressner. The pass was intended for Bossy, who is open on the right wing. Now back across to Chartrand. He's out over the line into center ice. Into the Islanders' zone is Lennon. Persson chased him back of the net. Lennon puts it out in front right to the stick of Bossy. He and Kaller come up 2-on-2. That weaving pattern. Bossy comes across the line. The pass to Goring was broken up, and Chartrand clears it out. Morrow being tied up. He and Lennon gets the sticks up. Morrow was able to feed the pass to Bossy. Now to Goring. Goring is joined by Tonelli and Nystrom, but Goring's pass hit McPhee. Picked up by Tonelli to Nystrom. Nystrom stopped at the Ranger line. Played it to the left wing. McEwen works it around behind the net. Hanlon let it go to the corner. There's McPhee. Nystrom on top of him immediately. Tonelli in for the loose puck. Got it to the blue line. McEwen turns, and his shot was deflected. Came right back to him. McEwen a drive, and that was skipped wide of the net. Dave Maloney chases it for the Rangers. Got it outside the line to center ice to Duguay. The right side, here's Backman. Checked in the Islanders zone. Loose puck for Goring. Goring comes down the left side. Tonelli with him. They cross the line together. Goring fed it to Nystrom on right wing, and his shot went wide. McEwen comes in off the left point. Is bumped by Duguay, and the puck goes to Laidlaw. He slammed back of the net by Tonelli. Tonelli unable to center it in front cleanly. Duguay starting back for the Rangers. Left it at center. McPhee comes over the line with a shot. That went wide of the net. Here's Backman with the rebound. Backman plays it back in the goal, and the first penalty of the game, an interference call against the Islanders. Setting up the Ranger power play, 15:56.
Butch Goring draws the first penalty of the game, an interference penalty. Right in front of Billy Smith, knocked one of the Rangers down. He did not have the puck, was not anywhere near it. Myers called it immediately. So the Islanders go to the defense with the penalty killing.
First penalty for Goring in the playoffs this year. He's only had about 28 minutes in his total lifetime playoff career, and the long shot there was against Pavlich. Bourne and Carroll are the forwards. Johnson and Potvin on the Islander defense. Johnson slapped it around the board. Billy Carroll couldn't clear it across the line. Pavlich unable to set it up as he had Greshner open on the left side. And here's Bob Bourne. Bourne finds an opening, and the Rangers will have to go all the way back. 20 seconds gone in the penalty to Goring. 1-0. The Islanders lead it on a goal by John Tonelli. Here's Pavlich dropping it back. Lennon to Hedberg. Billy Carroll right on top of him, forcing Hedberg to go back. Now to Lennon, went rink wide with the pass, and in and out of the skates of Ruotsalainen. Held it in at the blue line, but it went right to Potvin, hopped over his stick, and Johnson is there to help out. Tricky puck.
Lots of things can happen on a tricky puck like that, Jiggs. Potvin, puck jumped over his stick, whether it hit a little piece of ice or a crack. Good chance for the Rangers. And the Islanders covered quickly.
Billy Carroll just stole the puck in the Ranger zone, and now Potvin's long shot is cleared aside by Hanlon. Ruotsalainen dropped it back to Pavlich. Up the left side comes Lennon. 50 seconds left in his power play. Lennon went to the backhand. The pass right onto Allison's stick in front, and Don Maloney passed it wide of the net. Pavlich cleared it back of the goal. Maloney to the blue line. Lennon a drive. That was wide of the net. Kenny Morrill picks it up for the Islanders. Morrill fires it down the ice. Hanlon moves back to the net, cut it off. Billy Carroll comes in after it. Billy Carroll out of the corner, right in front of backhander. Oh, Hanlon stretches out and makes the save.
Fine move by Billy Carroll. Picks the puck up. Fake like he was going behind the net. Hanlon relaxed just for a second, but then he came back out. Hanlon got his right hand on it as the puck deflected off his stick, Hanlon's stick, and was riding up his arm. Fine move here as Billy Carroll, with that shift, come very close to putting the Islanders ahead by 2. They're a man short at this time. 24 seconds remaining in the penalty to Goring.
Now the Rangers controlling the puck following the faceoff. Barry Beck brings it to the blue line. Into center ice, up the left wing side it goes. Don Maloney put it out in front. Morrow had Johnstone tied up. Morrow gave the pass to Carroll, and he has cleared it down the ice. 6 seconds remaining in the penalty to Goring. And the Rangers start out on the right side. Barry Beck. Up to the opposite side, Don Maloney to Johnstone, but he's offside, and the teams are off in the center ice zone. Merrick centers for Greg Gilbert and Mike Bossy now. Johnson picking up the puck for the Islanders, fed it up right wing. Bossy comes to center. Now to Merrick, breaks it over the line, coming in on goal. A shot blocked by Hanlon. Loose puck. Bossy got there, but didn't control it, and there'll be a penalty here against the New York Rangers.
A hooking penalty goes to the Rangers as the Islanders come close again. With Wayne Merrick going down the middle, Laidlaw gets a hooking penalty. Let's look at Wayne Merrick as he splits the defense. Smart move by Merrick. He's got speed using it. You saw Laidlaw give a little hook to the arms of Wayne Merrick. Myers waves him to the penalty box. So the New York Islanders, who had just killed off a penalty to Butch Goring, now go to the power play. And again, without the services of Brian Trottier.
The Islanders were 2 of 5 on the power play last night. They scored 5 power play goals on 23 chances in the playoffs. Bachman holding the puck in front to Tonelli. Shot it wide. He had Hanlon coming to the right side. The shot went wide to the left. Tonelli back to the blue line. It was up in the air and out of the reach of Persson, so the Islanders regroup deep in their own zone. Potvin, Persson, Tonelli, Bossy, and Gilbert. Greg Gilbert holding the puck inside the blue line. Turns. Comes to center ice. Gilbert to the Ranger line. Lost it. Bossy unable to control it. Nobody went for it. Now Bossy picks it up. Over to Persson. Across to Bossy on his off wing. The pass right on the stick of Potvin as he comes over center ice into the Ranger zone. Kenny Potvin lets one go. Hanlon the save. A big rebound is cleared. Hit Bossy's skates. Bossy fed it to Persson. Persson back to Potvin. It hit him right at the blue line. And as the Islanders touch it now.
The puck went wide of the net. Tonelli scored a goal that went in just behind his blocker that I think he should have had. It looked like a kind of shot that Hanlon should have handled. Then Dennis Potvin, when they were short-handed a moment ago, Potvin took a shot from the blue line, a wrist shot that he could have easily held onto and then handed off to one of his players, but he used his blocker again and he knocked it into the corner. Did not handle the rebound on that well at all. And then when Billy...
46 seconds remaining in Laidlaw's penalty as you look at Herb Brooks, ever dapper, 45 years old. He'll be 46 come August. Probably hate me for mentioning that. He looks much younger, doesn't he?
I have to say yes. What do you want me to say? No, he looks terrible. He looks like he...
The winner of the Bill Butel lookalike contest. The Islanders putting on pressure. Wayne Sutter going back of the net. Was slowed up in the play. Beck gets a stick on it. Beck up the right side to Johnstone. Johnstone across to the far side. Controlled by Thomas Johnson. Good pass to Wayne Sutter. Moves in deep. Goes back of the net. Out in front. It's deflected and they score! They played it in off Laidlaw. Don Maloney, I'm sorry. Off Don Maloney for a 2-0 lead on the power play goal.
Fine move by Sutter. He did the right thing. He was closed off. The Rangers handed the Islanders the puck. Thomas Johnson to Dwayne Sutter. He faked, much like Bourne did last night. Held the puck, put it in front of the net. But instead of going to Brent, it went off Maloney and deflected into the open net. There's the pass intercepted by Thomas Johnson off the stick of the Rangers. There's the fake by Dwayne Sutter. Held the puck behind the net. And there, off the skate of Don Maloney, it's in the net. And the Islanders lead 2-0 on the second goal of the playoffs by Dwayne Sutter.
Johnson gets the only assist on the goal, coming at the 8:10 mark. Laidlaw still had 13 seconds to serve on his hooking penalty when the puck crossed the line. So it's 2-0. Nystrom back into his own zone with a pass to Morrow, to Nystrom off his stick. Out into center ice, and Laidlaw played it to the left side. This is Pavlich to Hedberg. McClanahan goes for the net. Hedberg put it out in front, and it was cleared by Nystrom to Goring. Goring up the left side to John Tonelli. One man back. That's Laidlaw. Tonelli to McEwen, and he couldn't trap the puck. There's Nystrom for the Islanders around behind the Ranger goal. Tonelli unable to pick it up in time. And Chartrand dumps it to center ice. Goring got back for the Islanders. To Tonelli. He's in a bit of a grappling session with Chartrand. McEwen takes over. McEwen to Morrow. Danny Morrow across to McEwen. McEwen has dumped it into the center ice zone. It'll be picked up by Chartrand, the Rangers. To Harry Beck. Back at center ice. Played it in off Morrow, and Smith comes out of the net. Banked it off the board. Pavlich moved up quickly. He's checked by McEwen. Michael McEwen. To Billy Carroll, to Greg Gilbert. Back to Carroll. Comes to center ice. Billy Carroll crosses the line. Drop pass to Nystrom. Nystrom around Pavlich on a neat move. Nystrom is upended. There'll be a penalty here against the Rangers. Reschner slaps it down the ice. We'll get a tripping penalty, setting up an Islander power play. There's a break in the action with 10:23 left in the first period, and our score.
Carroll drops it to Nystrom. Watch Nystrom's right skate. He goes around Pavlich. Good move by Nystrom as he tries to do the same thing. He stepped on the stick of Ruotsalainen. He stepped on it and got up, and Ruotsalainen gets a penalty. Myers calling them rather close, although Nystrom was in a position to make a play at the net. A lot of times that has something to do with whether it's called or not.
It's Merrick with Bossy and Kaller on the Islander power play. Potvin at the blue line, let one go. Persson is on the other side at the points. Controlling the puck now, moves in with a drive, handling the save, and the rebound was tapped wide by Merrick. Bossy comes out of the corner. Gave it to the blue line to Potvin. Back into Bossy, across to Persson, in deep, and his shot was blocked. Kaller shoots, knocked down in front. Bossy bangs at it, but it's blocked and smothered by Hanlon with a tremendous blast. Hanlon, a good save. Kaller with the rebound. Hanlon's arm out. He got it. And then Bossy tries to jam it in. The puck is still loose, but Hanlon regains enough balance to reach out and grab onto the puck and stop the play. Good play by Hanlon. Actually, three of them. That blast by Stefan Persson, the original shot, was very hard. Now Dave Maloney on the Ranger defense, trying to clear it out of his own zone. Succeeds with help from Johnstone, and Billy Smith moves out of the net to cut it off. Plays it back to the goal for Stefan Persson. The Islanders have taken a 2-0 lead in the first period. Merrick across to Potvin. Potvin into center ice. Across the Ranger blue line. Dropped it to Persson. Off his stick, and Johnstone picks it up. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the Islander power play. Forechecking of Kaller forced the Rangers to move back, and then they finally dumped it down the ice. Billy Smith over to Persson. Johnstone in forechecking. Persson put it on Bourne's stick across to the right wing to Bossy. Bossy to the right side for Brent Sutter. Then Bossy was knocked down. Loose puck picked up by Bourne. Back to Janssen. Janssen is tripped up. The shot went wide. Potvin can't get there in time, and Maloney clears it down into the Islander zone. Half a minute to go, and Ruotsalainen's tripping penalty. Thomas Janssen winding up. The pass to Bourne on left wing. Bourne dumped it out into the center ice zone. Recovered. Hands it back to McEwen, who's playing the left point. Across to Thomas Janssen. Now to McEwen. McEwen comes out over the line to center ice. Shot it around the boards in the Ranger zone. There's Dwayne Sutter off his stick to Brent. Put it off to the side of the net. Handling got the heel of the stick on it. It's picked up by Laidlaw. Johnny Laidlaw banks one off the boards, and that will kill off the penalty against Ruotsalainen. Smith leaving the puck for Thomas Janssen. 8 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the opening period. Janssen turns to get away from the checking of McClanahan. Gave the puck to McEwen. McEwen to Dwayne Sutter. Pavlich in forechecking. Dwayne Sutter pulls it off the boards. Out to center to Brent Sutter. To Tonelli on left wing. Tonelli trying to come in around McClanahan. Is chased to the corner. The puck went loose. Tonelli in a battle for it draws the attention of 4 different Rangers, and they finally come up with it. McClanahan cleared it to center. Morrow to McEwen. Flips it high in the air into the Ranger zone. It bounces wide. Nystrom in, but Hanlon knocked it away from it. Laidlaw got it to the blue line where Morrow has knocked it down to Tonelli. Tonelli plays it around the boards. Nystrom goes back to the net, put it out in front. Hanlon smothers the puck and holds on. A break.
The toss ball. Well, a toss puck. There it is, high in the air. Comes down. Hanlon hesitated. Then he came out and knocked it away from the on-rushing Bob Nystrom.
Good scoring centers for Bob Nystrom and John Tonelli at the moment, with McEwen and Morrow on defense. Beck played it up the left wing and hit Duguay. The Islanders dump it to the open wing. Over comes Nystrom. Nystrom taking off the puck. Now recovers. Comes out in front of the net. Couldn't get a good shot away. Goring in after it. Gives it to Morrow. He shoots. That's knocked down in front. Nystrom to Tonelli, and he swept it wide through the goal mouth and is tripped up from behind. Fans yelling no penalty call, however. Nystrom goes back to the net. Pulled it away from Backman. It came off the side of the goal and is covered up again by Glenn Hanlon.
Long in the playoffs. Tonelli gets a swipe at it. Ruotsalainen gets a piece of him. Off to the side. Tonelli takes a dive. Myers is not going to have any part of that. But he continued. He got up and still got to that puck. As you see him going back to the bench for a well-needed rest. Nystrom playing fine along with Tonelli on the line, centered by Butch Goring. A lot of hustle on that line, and they've had the Rangers each time on the ice in their own end.
You just joined us. The Islanders playing tonight without Brian Trottier. Dave Langevin out of the lineup. You see the story on Brian Trottier on the screen at the moment as it's presented to the fans here at the Coliseum on the Matrix board.
Also tells you the score and the time left in the first period, 7:01.
And who provided the puck?
Let's see, it should say on there somewhere.
I think it does. The puck shot into the Islanders zone by Greshner, and here's Gordy Lane dumping it into center ice. Going back is Dave Maloney. To Laidlaw. Laidlaw's pass was on the stick of Helene and then came bouncing off, and Ken-Eric Anderson moves into the Islanders zone. Persson takes him to the board. Anderson unable to center the puck. Jabbing at it behind the net with Billy Carroll. Greshner knocked it loose. Here's Lennon. Lennon comes to the side of the net, put it through in front, but out of the reach of Greshner. Greg Gilbert for the Islanders. Bangs it off the boards out to center ice. Dave Maloney waits for his teammates to come back. Into center ice to Greshner. Greshner playing as a forward has to wait as Dave Maloney is spilled in the Islanders zone. Now gets onside. Greshner dropping it back for Chartrand. Chartrand across to Greshner. And to clear it out, it hit Billy Carroll. Carroll plays it rink wide. Lane will recover outside the Ranger zone. Gordy Lane on this left side gets over the line, but Helene was a half step ahead of him, and thus an offside is called.
His first playoff game ever missed by Brian Trache. He played in 105 straight playoff games.
Now here's Johnson with a shot. Good pad save. Keller the rebound, and it went wide. And there's Keller and Barry Beck line up on the boards. Both of them tumbled to the deck, and the puck is cleared out to center ice. Coffin back for the Islanders. Over to Thomas Johnson. Now to Merrick. Wayne Merrick plays it to the right wing to Bossy. Comes over the line with Keller. Bossy's shot went wide. Bounces off the boards to Johnstone on this right wing. Eddie Johnstone to Beck, and a late offside in effect here. The Rangers with a chance to move it out of there. And off Keller's stick, thus we get a whistle.
And I wonder if it's just the confidence of all of a sudden having down the stretch right near the end, the last week or two of the season, he was playing as a regular on the line with Bossy and Trache, and he hadn't really played on a regular line all season long. Then, of course, someone like Al Arbour is going to say, well, who did?
True enough.
Some players need a little more confidence than others.
Pavlich finally cleared the puck into center ice after quite a battle, and here's Bourne on the left side. Was bumped as he went to play it around the boards. Brent Sutter had it in his skates. Checked by Dave Maloney. Recovered. Put it out in front to Bourne. Back to Morrill from the point. His shot knocked out of the air by Hanlon. Laidlaw chased to the boards by Brent Sutter. Here's Pavlich. Handed it right to Bourne. Out in front to Dwayne Sutter. He waits. Hanlon goes down. He backhands it in. And it's 3-0 Islanders.
How to make it look easy. And he does. The Islanders take advantage of mistakes by the New York Rangers to take a 3-0 lead. Pavlich has the puck. He errantly backhands it, and Bourne intercepts it. There's his pass across, and Dwayne Sutter, look where Hanlon went. Sutter hadn't done anything. He stood with the puck, and Hanlon made an absolute error. He went down guessing that Sutter was going to shoot it, and he didn't. Dwayne Sutter slides it underneath him. 15:33, gets his third goal. Watch the goaltender here. Sutter didn't have control of the puck. Look, it's still rolling. He didn't do anything, and Hanlon took a dive thinking he would outguess Dwayne Sutter, and he was wrong, an obvious wrong, and it's 3-0 Islanders.
Bob Bourne draws the only assist on that goal. Dwayne Sutter scoring at 15:33. 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the opening period as Gordy Lane plays the puck to the right wing to Nystrom into the Ranger zone. Gordy Lane across to Persson. Captain Persson into center ice to Nystrom. Hold it around Barry Beck. Nystrom to Tonelli, and it was broken up in front of the net by Ruotsalainen. Here's Duguay. Checked by Goring. Goring unable to set up the play for Nystrom, however, and the Rangers have cleared it to center ice. Persson comes back. Out to center to Goring. Goring carries it all the way back into his own zone. Took a look at the clock with 3.5 minutes to play and overled Nystrom on the right side. So look, Gordy Lane comes back into his own zone. Gave it to Nystrom, back to Lane, up to Goring, off his skates. It's loose at the Ranger blue line. Beck hustles after it as Greg Gilbert moved in. Gilbert got control of it, but only for a brief moment. Beck across to Ruotsalainen. Down behind the net to Barry Beck. Bumped by Helene. Duguay got a stick on it. Was checked by Billy Carroll. Carroll bumped hard by Beck. Doubles it back of the goal to Ruotsalainen. Rio Ruotsalainen from Finland into the center ice zone, across the Islander line, tried to knife through the defense. The puck went loose, picked up by Billy Carroll. Carroll backhands it out of the reach of Duguay. Just over the goal line. Duguay touches up, and we get a knife.
We'll try and get to them in a moment.
The team that they handled in the regular season, the Sabres, won in Boston last night, lost this afternoon, so they go back home with the series even at 1-1.
Scotty Bowman's theory of playing them back-to-back within 15 hours, the Boston Bruins hurting 3 of their defensemen, along with Milbury, who was out of for the rest of the season. 3 others are also hurting. Scotty Bowman tries to take advantage of that. Doesn't look like it worked.
Well, I think he's happy, though, with one.
Oh, well, yeah, to get the 1, yeah. He would have had 2.
1's a plus, 2 would be a real bonus. Keller doing some good checking in the Ranger zone. Got the puck to Merrick. Back to Keller. Keller trying to cut in. Poked at it. Couldn't make contact, however. And here's Dave Maloney. Gave it to Greshner. Into center ice. The pass to Anderson. Comes over the Islander line. Cutting to the left side. Back to Lennon. His long shot. Knocked down in front. Smith got a piece of Anderson. Who picks up the puck and then shot it wide. Bossy on the right side. Checked. And now the whistle sounds. And referee Bob Myers calling a couple of penalties. Greshner and Boyle win 4-1 last night. They're up for 3 in the opening period tonight. Now with the teams at 5 aside, Bourne gave it to Potvin, to Janssen, across to Bourne on left wing. Bourne watching Ruotsalainen as he comes over the line. They went to the boards, and the puck is tied up long enough for a Philadelphia. The Rangers finished 4th behind the Washington Capitals. The Rangers eliminated Philadelphia. Here's Pavlich moving in with a backhand shot that went wide. On this left side, Brent Sutter cleared it, but not out. Ruotsalainen to Hedberg. Hedberg to Beck from the blue line. A drive sails wide of the net. Pavlich grounds to a goal. Unable to center as Janssen took him off the puck. Hedberg to the blue line to Beck. Larry Beck fakes it, trying to get in around Brent Sutter. Across to Ruotsalainen. Leo Ruotsalainen to Beck with a minute to play in the period. Beck's long shot went off the skates of Hedberg and is picked up by Brent Sutter. Sutter finds an opening, shoots it down inside the Ranger zone, not far enough for icing. Both teams making changes on the fly. Tonelli has come out with Lane, Persson, and Goring for the Islanders. This is McClanahan. His pass cut off by Persson at the Islander line, and Goring dumps it back into the Ranger zone. Tommy Laidlaw to Allison. Allison up the left side for Rob McClanahan. Moves in on Persson, puts on the brakes. Back to the blue line. Dave Maloney to the side of the net. Allison is knocked down. Lane and Billy Smith making contact with him, and we'll get a cross-checking penalty against Gordy Lane.
Right here, Smith goes down. Gord Lane with a cross-check. Gets the penalty.
Your attention, please, for Mr. Bruce Warren. Please report to security. Bruce Warren to security, please.
Al Arbor has gone. That's the nature of the game. All professional sports.
Intensity in the playoffs.
It's Mike Gillis, as a matter of fact, that he collided with. Gillis was playing his first game in the playoffs. Here's a chance for the Rangers as they move in deep. A drive. Smith got a piece of it off Johnstone's stick. Allison trying to put it out in front of the net. It hit Potvin, bounces loose and held in. Dave Maloney checked by Potvin. Bourne can't get a stick on it. From the blue line, Ruotsalainen a drive. Blocked in front, the puck went loose. That'll do it for the opening period as Persson knocked it into the center ice area. The second period begins. They're down 3-0. Kenny Morrow has stepped out of the penalty box along with Greshner, so it's 6 against 5 as Patwitz comes up the left side into the Islanders zone, cuts to the right. That's a shot go through a screen. Smith made the save, and there's Persson controlling it. Stefan Persson dumped it out to center ice. The Rangers trying to regroup on the power play. Ruotsalainen got it to Lennon, to Hedberg, over to Rio Ruotsalainen. Billy Carroll knocked it away from him, controlled now by Pavlich. Pavlich over center ice into the Islanders zone, regained control of the puck, got it to Greshner in front to Hedberg, and it slipped off his stick. Billy Smith had come out, and the Islanders are able to clear it down the ice.
Close call, Jake.
Oh, yes.
One missed puck, and it's 3-1.
Now Lennon plays it up the right wing out of the reach of Pavlich. Morrow got it to Billy Carroll, and went off his stick, and now Lennon plays it to the left side to Hedberg. Ruotsalainen, as he crosses the line, takes a look, puts on the brakes, shot one wide, off Potvin, and ended up back of the net. There's Bob Bourne around to Potvin. The Islander captain can't recover in time. Ruotsalainen in from the blue line to Pavlich. Pavlich to Ruotsalainen, winds up for a shot. That went wide on the stick side. Morrow trying to poke it away from Pavlich. Here's Hedberg for the Rangers. Hedberg to Ruotsalainen into the corner. Greshner puts it out in front. Hedberg slapped it way wide of the net. It bounces outside the Islander line, controlled by Lennon. Cody Lane on his skates, ready to step out on the ice, and the teams are at 6 aside. 3-0 Islanders. Bourne leads the rush. 3-on-1 across the line. The pass to Lane. He shoots that one wide of Hanlon. Ends up in the right wing boards. Allison into the center ice zone across the Islander line with Johnstone. The puck came back to Greshner to Johnstone. He shot it wide. There's Bossy for the rebound. Plays it rink wide to Wayne Merrick. Merrick picks it off the boards. The Bossy off his skates, and it bounces wide of the Ranger net. Hanlon lost it in the corner. Bossy trying to get it to Kaller. Laidlaw leaned into him, and the pass went to Johnstone. Johnstone to Allison. Allison on the left side ran into a check from Thomas Janssen. Now Dave Maloney gets into the Islanders zone. Dave Maloney chased to the corner by Thomas Janssen. Merrick is bumped. Johnstone out in front. A drive. Smith has dazzling stop. He just robbed Tommy Laidlaw. Here's a break for Bossy. Coming in on goal. Bossy shoots. Hanlon the save. Kaller pumped the rebound wide. Johnstone is bumped in the corner by Merrick. Keller came over to pick up the puck. Gave it to McEwen from the blue line. Hanlon, a skate save. Comes back to Thomas Johnson. Johnson goes in deep. Looks for some help. His pass intercepted by Don Maloney. Keller knocked it away from him, and here's Thomas Johnson. Left side. McEwen shot is blocked by Hanlon. Laidlaw got a long pass out to center. Allison, they ruled, touched it. The icing is not called as the Rangers change on the fly. Thomas Johnson to Dwayne Sutter. Tipped it over to Bourne as he cuts in off the left wing. Couldn't handle the puck. It was rolling up on edge. Dwayne Sutter goes back to the net. Sutter to the blue line to Gordy Lane. Lane's drive through a screen. Hanlon got down in front of it. A pile-up in front of the net. Dwayne Sutter draws the attention of both Chartrand and Hanlon is screaming at referee Bob Myers, and Dwayne Sutter is going to go to the penalty box. There's a break in the action here.
Penalties to both teams. Dwayne Sutter for the Islanders. Hanlon for the Rangers. Take a look at the opportunities. Sutter back to Gord Lane. This is where the penalty came from. Here's the shot by Gord Lane. Deflected and stopped by Hanlon. Sutter tried to pry it loose. Hanlon took offense, and then he went bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. I don't know what Sutter did to get the penalty, but I'll sound like a homer if I ask, so I won't ask. Great action at both ends of the ice, Jiggs. Billy Smith, what a save he makes. Islanders come right back. Bossy all alone, and Hanlon makes his best save of the game, taking one off the stick of Mike Bossy.
So with the teams at 5 aside, we watch Morrill play it rink wide to McEwen. Up to Bob Bourne as he comes over center ice. Right Sutter cut to the left. Bourne shot bounces off Beck. Rutsalainen with it behind the net. Rutsalainen up the middle to center. Left side to Beck, and it was tipped by Bourne and goes up into the seats.
In the playoffs.
Right.
Duguay.
As long as we're convinced that you've got the question right. Who?
Duguay.
Well, he was just filled in the Ranger zone. No whistle. No, it was not Duguay.
Okay.
Rutsalainen into the Islander territory, and he shot it high off the glass.
Eddie Johnstone. He had a great series against the Islanders.
He did, but not good enough to lead the team in scoring.
Okay. By the time I get finished, I'll name the whole team.
There's a best of 5 here on. Goring across the line.
Same as the players, 7.
Around Beck. Tried to put it out in front. Goring was grabbed by Beck, and we'll get a holding penalty, setting up an Islander power play. We're going to break in the action. We'll have the answer to the trivia question.
Not a good time to take a penalty. Right there. He let Butch Goring get a half a step on him, and he reached out and grabbed him. And that's a penalty? I don't agree. I saw it live, didn't believe it. Now I see it in the replay, and I still don't believe that he gave him a penalty for that.
Potvin trying to set up Bossy. Back to Potvin to Persson. Stefan Persson to Potvin. Over to Bossy. Bossy to Persson to Potvin. They move it well, but no shots. Now Potvin got it to Bossy to Keller, and he's robbed by Hanlon. A loose puck, and the Rangers pick it up and slap it off the boards down into the Islander zone.
What a period difference. Hanlon has been spectacular here in the second period. That time Keller twice, and he took it off his stick both times.
Mike Bossy gets to the Ranger line, is checked by Dave Maloney. So the Islanders have to go back. Billy Smith out of the net. Leaves it for Bossy. Mike Bossy feeds it up the right side to Potvin as he comes to center ice. Potvin cuts to the left. The pass to Bossy. Tries to come in around Laidlaw. Puts on the brakes. Got it to Potvin. Potvin lets one go. That hit McClanahan. Bossy gets it back to Potvin. To Persson. Persson to Potvin. McClanahan watching the captain. He gave it to Persson to Bossy. Bossy shoots. Hanlon the save. The puck underneath the defenseman and cleared to the corner. McClanahan takes it. Dwayne Sutter and Hanlon have their penalties expired, and Bossy shot just went off the arm of Hanlon. Haller is filled in the Ranger zone. Dwayne Sutter back to Potvin. 40 seconds left in this power play. Dwayne Sutter across to Persson. Now to Potvin to Bossy. Off the tip of his stick. Laidlaw picks it up. Haller right on top of him. In comes Dwayne Sutter. Sutter got it to the blue line. It was tipped by Duguay and goes down into the Islander zone. 22 seconds left in the man advantage. Persson unable to send Dwayne Sutter into the Ranger zone cleanly. Sutter gets into time to pick up the puck and was hammered by Laidlaw's check. Brent Sutter trying to get it to the blue line. It hit the referee and bounced to Rutsalainen. Comes to center ice. Rutsalainen killing off this penalty into the Islander zone is knocked down, and Thomas Johnson spins out of there. Gave it to Bourne. Bourne across the line. Turned on the speed. Here's Dwayne Sutter with a shot. Missed on the left side of Hanlon. Brent Sutter back to Morrow. Morrow's drive, knocked out in front. Wayne Sutter turns. He's hammered as he went to get a shot away. Chartrand charging into him, and he'll go off. Charging penalty against the Rangers. 13:36 left in the second period. A break in the action with the
hammers away. Look at here. Wayne Sutter looking for his hat trick. Look at the play by Hanlon. And Chartrand levels. Wayne Sutter gets a penalty. Just before the penalty, Hanlon, again, I don't know what he had. If he's got something like Coca-Cola, I want to drink it forever. What a difference between the first period and the second period. He's been outstanding here in the second period.
He has stood the Islanders on their ears collectively time and time again. But here's the fourth power play chance of the game for the New York Islanders. Thomas Johnson gave it to McEwen. McEwen across to Johnson. Johnson backs in as Don Maloney came in to check. Now McEwen, a long pass to Nystrom on right wing. Puts on the brakes, trying to make the play. Beck took him off the puck. Goring goes in after it. He's tied up in the corner, and here's Laidlaw. Laidlaw cleared it, held in by Thomas Johnson. Johnson to Nystrom. Bobby Nystrom's drive. Hanlon gets a stick on that, and it goes up into the seat. Some excellent saves in that Ranger net. Who's in goal for the Islanders? We haven't seen much of him this period.
I'll tell you, they're not going to have to flood the ice if it keeps up like this down at the other end.
Now Persson across the pop end. His shot. Hanlon got a piece of that again. And Hedberg slaps it into the Islander territory. Billy Smith is in goal. He just left the puck for Potvin to Persson. Persson across to Denny Potvin. To the right side, here's Wayne Merrick across the line. Merrick trying to come in around Beck. Turns in the corner to the blue line to Persson. Persson lets it go, and it was deflected wide. Merrick back of the net. Checked by Beck. And Eric Anderson starts out for the Rangers. Gave it to McClanahan. Comes over the line on Persson, and he shot it off the catching glove of Billy Smith. It was up high, and Merrick controls the rebound. Got it to Bossy. Bossy right side to Kaller. Anders Kaller shot it high up into the seats. Sunday, series moving to Minnesota, Calgary, Madison Square Garden, and the Buffalo Memorial Auditorium.
You think Lou Nanne will fire himself when he loses 4 straight in the playoffs? Maybe.
It's 4-0 Islanders.
It was bound to come with the pressure that they've been applying on the New York Rangers. Constant pressure. Hanlon had to give under it sooner or later. Dennis Potvin. Quick pass. There's the shot by Bourne. It's low, it's hard, deflected into the lower right-hand corner. It could be Wayne Sutter. How about Brent Sutter? Yes. As Beck tries to take him out of the way, his concentration is on the puck. Here's the shot by Bourne, and it's tipped by Brent Sutter, and the Islanders lead 4-0.
Well, we talked about the Sutter brothers and Bourne on the pregame, and there's Smith coming up with a key save off Duguay. Games are at 6 aside. That was a power play goal at the 8:02 mark. Craig Gilbert on left wing has cleared the puck to the Ranger line. This is Morrow at center ice, shooting it around the boards. Potvin and Bourne get the assists on Brent Sutter's second goal of the playoffs, and the Rangers come out into center ice. Left side for Duguay. He and Morrow go to the corner. Morrow is grabbed by Duguay. The puck tied up in the boards, and Morrow comes up with it. Danny Morrow to Helene. It went off his stick. Dave Maloney at center ice. Got it to Backman, who dumped it over the line. But
Ron Duguay goes in. You see him look over his shoulder and see it was Kenny Morrow. Then he pulled up, let Morrow get in ahead of him. That's not a good sign for Ron Duguay. It's not a good sign for the New York Rangers. He could have beaten Morrow to that puck. Sacrificed a little bit. He knew he was going to get crunched, but you got to do it.
Now the Rangers have dumped it into the Islanders zone and will be called for having iced them down 2-0. You were saying about Lou Nanne firing himself?
Well, I'll tell you, that's an embarrassing thing to do to anybody. He's got a coach. Why wouldn't he let him coach? He did a good job getting them to where they were when Glenn Sonmore resigned.
I'll never understand this game. There's some of the personalities involved in it. The Rangers move into the Islanders zone. Don Maloney unable to center the puck. Here's Nystrom coming down right wing. Nystrom over the Ranger line. Chartrand comes over. Nystrom holds on to the puck. Got away from the check. It's cleared, and Don Maloney taken off the play by Tonelli. Nystrom picks up the puck. Centered it out in front. Tonelli's shot blocked at the defense, and the Rangers able to come up with it. Allison sends Johnstone down the right side. Eddie Johnstone unable to cut in around Lang, goes back to the net, plays it off in front of the goal, and out comes Stephen Pearson. 3-on-2 as they move into center ice. A pass to Tonelli, but he's offside at the Ranger blue line.
Yes, your trainer
in the NHL.
Yeah. Ken Carson. Boston Blackie is nickname. He was the Pittsburgh Penguins trainer for many years. One of the grand guys of sport now, and has been now since the inception of the Toronto Blue Jays, their trainer.
Greshner into the Islanders zone here. Right up in the boards. Bossy took the puck away from him, gave it to Wayne Merrick. Keller up the left side, took the pass for Merrick. Trying to come in around Ruotsalainen. Left the puck back of the goal. There is Leninen. They call Leninen, and it's tangled up.
Hockey League, the Rangers' third-round pick in 1977. Not the Rangers, I'm sorry, Vancouver.
Oh, Jansson's shot just changed direction at the side of the Ranger net, and Laidlaw cleared it, not out, right to Bourne. Bourne shot, handling the save. He falls.
Let's watch from behind the net. Fine camera work here. As Bob Bourne, look at him, take a look. The puck flipped up and he misfired on it. Hanlon easily handled it. You'll remember the goal back in the first period that Dwayne Sutter scored when he took the puck in almost the same position, held it, and Hanlon went after the puck rather than standing still and making him make the first move.
Wayne Sutter just fed it back to the point. Potvins drive through a screen. Hit the Ranger defenseman, Dave Maloney. He's chased behind the net. Gave the puck to Laidlaw. Laidlaw to McClanahan on the left side. Across it goes to Bob Bourne. Bourne comes to the line. The pass to Brent Sutter. Sutter can't get around Laidlaw. Hedberg comes back. Potvin took care of him, but it went right to Pavlich. Pavlich sends McClanahan over the line. Rob McClanahan can't cut in. Picks it up again. Back of the net, but Bourne is right on top of him. Bourne has fallen. The puck beneath him. They hack away at it, and finally it came out to Billy Smith.
Clutched to the Empire State Building. I'm glad they finally got that thing up and was there for a day and a half anyway. And then it decided it was going to take another vacation.
Put a man on the moon, but we can't get King Kong back to the top.
Please.
Hope not.
Now Pearson back behind the Islander goal. Takes a look. Billy Carroll comes back to join him. Carroll is out with Helene, Gilbert, and Lane. Duguay broke up the play. Billy Smith out of the net. Plays it up the right wing boards. It came to Barry Beck. Beck shoveled it into the corner. Pearson runs into Backman, knocking him down. The pile up on the boards. Billy Carroll in to help out. The puck is still loose, they rule. And finally, the Rangers get control of it. McPhee, it comes back to the blue line and outside the line. Barry Beck recovers. Helene right on top of him. Back to Duguay. It slipped off his stick. Here's Greg Gilbert. Gilbert moves in, but the whistle has sounded, and we've got a charging penalty against Mats Helene. Now Duguay bangs into Helene from behind, and he's also going to go off. Now Duguay negates what would have been a power play chance for the Rangers. 7:59 left in the second period. There's a break in the action. Well, the team's at 5 aside. The Islanders leading the hockey game by a score of 4-0. Bob Bourne works into the Ranger zone. Couldn't get it cleanly to Brent Sutter. And a chance for Hedberg as he barrels down the right wing into the Islanders zone. That's a shot, though, that was wide of the net. Picked up by Pavlich. Pavlich to the blue line to Dave Maloney. Maloney in front to Pavlich. It slipped off his stick. Hedberg's shot is blocked by Smith, and the Islanders have been able to clear it out to center ice. Back into the Ranger zone comes Ron Greshner. Waits back to the goal. The Islanders changing on the fly. Have Tonelli and Goring out there now, along with McEwen and Morrow. They watch Greshner come over the Islander blue line. McEwen knocked it off his stick. Morrow picked up the puck and comes to center ice. Across the Ranger line, dealt it off to Goring on right wing. Goring got away from Dave Maloney, handling the puck to the pass to Morrow, across to McEwen. McEwen's drive missed the net. Comes back to Morrow. Didn't arrive, however, and Hedberg sends Dave Maloney into center ice. Across the Islander line, it was knocked off his stick. Pavlich recovered in the corner, then lost it. Here's Tonelli. John Tonelli got it quickly to McEwen. He and Goring come over center ice. Tonelli moves up to take the pass. Tonelli back to McEwen. His shot is a skate save by Hanlon. Dave Maloney rounds the Ranger net. 40 seconds left in those double penalties. Don Maloney shoots it down into the Islander zone. Johnstone chasing it. Billy Smith knocked it away from him. Got it to Potvin. Around the boards. It's held in. A drive. That missed the target. Comes back to Beck. On the blue line. Through a screen and it hit the defense. John Tonelli works it around the boards in his own zone. Ruotsalainen, another drive from the point. Blocked this time by Potvin. Johnstone kicks it back to Ruotsalainen. Across to Beck, moves in deep for the drive. Smith the stick save. Tonelli gets the stick on the rebound, and out come the Islanders. Tonelli to Janssen across the line. Thomas Janssen is offside.
SportsChannel.
6 minutes, 3 seconds remaining in regulation time here at the Nassau Coliseum. Gordy Lane to Persson, dumps it in over the line. Duguay and Helene are out of the penalty boxes as Hanlon was just tested by Billy Carroll. Here's Helene, left it in the corner. Billy Carroll picks it up. Came all the way back to the blue line and chased out to center ice by some persistent checking from the Rangers. Ruotsalainen at the center ice strike. Played it off to the left side. McPhee trying to come in around Persson is taken off the puck. Duguay and Carroll collide. Scramble in the corner. Duguay knocked the puck loose. Ron Duguay back to Laidlaw from the blue line. The shot hit Persson. Gordy Lane has cleared it to the corner. Carroll and Duguay bump together again. Billy Carroll unable to tie it up. Now has it in his skates. Kicks it into the corner. He and Duguay still in a battle for it. Finally, Carroll falls, and the puck ended up in the skates of Duguay. Then underneath Carroll, and we get a whistle. 5 minutes.
Scoring lead with 9 points. Tied with Mark Messier and Anders Hedberg.
Bourne with 2 assists here tonight. He had 3 last night in the opening game of the series. Islanders trying to come out of their own zone. Gressner got a stick on the puck. Centered one that was deflected. Comes back to the blue line. There's Chartrand with a shot that changed direction. Kenny Morrow comes out of the right wing corner into center ice. Morrow one hands it into the Rangers zone where it was blocked. Now held in by Brent Sutter. Chartrand has to go back to the net. Bourne took it away in front to Dwayne Sutter. He scores! Dwayne Sutter completes his hat trick to make it 5-0. And the sombrero will come out on the ice here as Dwayne Sutter, with a 3-goal performance, earns the bonnet from Mexico.
He's left all alone in front of the net. And Dwayne Sutter gets his 3rd goal of the hockey game. A close call at the Islanders' end, and the Islanders come right back after Billy Smith makes a couple of good saves. Bourne 3 times last night and 3 times already tonight as he puts the puck on the stick of Dwayne Sutter, and he clearly beats Hanlon, making it 5-0 as everybody in the Nassau Coliseum is on their feet. There's the hat, the sombrero, along with an assorted collection of chapeaus for Dwayne Sutter. Bourne and Brent Sutter assisting on his 4th goal of the playoffs.
Now Wayne Merrick centers for Greg Gilbert and Anders Kaller for the Islanders. Potvin and Janssen on defense. Who joined us late. The Islanders are without Brian Trottier and Dave Langevin. Mark Gillies out of the lineup. Paul Boudelier is not dressed. Merrick moves into the Rangers zone. Played it around the boards. Janssen waits for it at the right point. Gave it to Gilbert, off his stick to Merrick. Wayne Merrick comes out in front, unable to stuff it in. Kaller turns, can't get his stick on it, now does. Anders Kaller finally gets it back to the blue line to Potvin. Potvin over to Kaller, moves in 2 steps, lets one fly, handling the save. Kaller with his own rebound, can't come out of the corner. It's picked up by Rio Ruotsalainen. Ruotsalainen to McClanahan on left wing. McClanahan over the center ice stripe. The pass off Hedberg's stick into the Islanders zone. And it's going to be called
First playoff hat trick. The Islanders' 9th.
We just had a cute little cartoon up on the matrix board as we get an offside call here. A dog.
Playoff.
That seems unusual, doesn't it?
All the games that they've played, yes.
Yeah.
This is what, the 21st playoff game, I believe, that the 2 teams have played against each other.
Now the Rangers picking up the puck in their own zone. Chartrand to Johnstone, who was out of his reach. Gordy Lane comes back. Kicked it around to Persson. Persson to the corner for Lane. Gordy Lane to Butch Goring. Comes over the center ice stripe. Gave it to Nystrom on right wing. Nystrom a blast off the blocking glove of Hanlon. Then Beck and Nystrom bumped in the corner. And here is Don Maloney feeding it up left wing to Johnstone. Comes over the Islander line. Johnstone centered one. It was off the skates of of Allison. Maloney trying to play it to the blue line. It goes all the way back into the Ranger zone. Less than 3 minutes to play in the period. Beck waits for his teammates to complete a player change. Offed it up the left side to Johnstone. Eddie Johnstone checked by Nystrom. Nystrom runs into McPhee, and back goes Morrow. Kenny Morrow to Nystrom on the right side. Over the Ranger line. Nystrom gets away from the check of Barry Beck. Across it goes. McEwen with a shot. That's blocked. The rebound. Hanlon lost his stick, but the puck hit the side of the net. And now Duguay runs over top of Greg Gilbert, and McPhee comes up the left wing. McPhee's pass intercepted at center ice. Morrow to Carroll. Stepped across the line. Billy Carroll chased wide by Laidlaw, and then he centered it, and the Rangers cleared off the boards. Morrow knocked it down at the line. Morrow to Gilbert. The pass too hot to handle. Now Carroll trying to set up Helene. He's pumped back to the net. The Rangers trying to move out of their own zone. It went to Duguay on left wing. Duguay turns. Was checked by Helene. There's a penalty call coming on the play. It'll be against the New York Islanders. McPhee has dumped it into the Islanders zone. Billy Smith cuts it off back of the net.
We'll know exactly what that extent is.
Day to day, we're led to believe as to when he'll return to the lineup. The Rangers going to their third power play of the night.
New York Mets baseball comes your way Tuesday night, April 19th at 7:30. Dave Kingman, Mookie Wilson, George Foster, and the Mets take on Lee Mazzilli and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Catch all the action live from Shea Stadium. New York Mets baseball on SportsChannel.
5-0 Islander lead over the Rangers. We watch Pavlich come to center ice on this power play. Into the Islander zone, looking for a pass, and Goring has golfed it down into the Ranger end of the ice again. Ruotsalainen back. Rio Ruotsalainen out with Hedberg, Leninen, Greshner. This is Hedberg into the Islanders zone, shot it around the boards. It'll be picked up by Morrow. Banks one off the boards and out into center ice. Billy Carroll chases Ruotsalainen in. Hanlon left it back of the net and backhands it up into the crowd.
He says he's an Islander fan, and I don't have any reason to doubt it, 18.
Okay. Don Maloney gave the puck to Barry Beck. Over to Dave Maloney, leads the rush to center ice, sends Don Maloney across the line. The pass to the left side for Allison was broken up. Allison got it back to Barry Beck, into Allison. Centered one in front, cleared by Potvin. Don Maloney, who had been screening Smith, comes to the corner, controls it out in front. Allison shot it wide. Dave Maloney moves in. Dave Maloney gave it to Allison. Looks for somebody in front, to the blue line instead for Beck. Barry Beck shot it around the boards. Dave Maloney in deep to the far corner. Out to Don Maloney. Smith reached out to knock it away. There's a scramble in front. The puck came loose, but the whistle had sounded. Allison comes up shoving at Morrow, and now Bourne moves in as well. We have 16 on the wings. The puck went to Gordy Lane, to Goring. Wouldn't clear it out. Lane stepped in front of his man. Allison backhanded it high. Morrow slaps it around to the right side, and there's Bourne, and he shot it into the center ice zone. Down into the Ranger end of the ice. Lane, as we open up the third period, the Rangers putting the puck in the Islander end of the ice, and it's frozen on the boards, dug loose. Don Maloney trying to go back to the net with it. Lost control, and Morrow has cleared it to the line where it hit Barry Beck. Teams at 6 aside, and the Islanders lead it 5-0. Don Maloney plays it around behind the net. Allison chases it to the corner with Billy Carroll right on top of him. Goring got a stick on it. He is pushed by Johnstone, and now Allison back to Beck from the blue line. A long slap shot was deflected, and Kenny Morrow slaps it off Beck and down into the Ranger end of the ice. That's Helene into forecheck. Beck gave it to Ruotsalainen. Now Tonelli, or Mega Bossy rather, in forechecking for the Islanders. Johnstone up the left side. Pavlich didn't see it, picks it up in the Islanders zone. Goes round behind the net, unable to center as Pearson and Lane converged on it. Gordy Lane plays it ahead to Merrick, but we're going to get a penalty against Stefan Pearson. Well, the Rangers will get a power play opportunity here with only 1 minute and 1 second gone in the final period.
Stefan Pearson on Pavlich. There's Pavlich behind the net into the corner. Wow. Myers must be mad at the Islanders for some reason, Jiggs, to call that penalty. If the guys could show us that one again, I'd like to show it if it's all possible. I'd just like you to watch the elbows of Stefan Pearson. He gets an elbowing penalty on the play, and his elbow never once left a normal position. Take a look. Just watch the elbows. There he is. He's got a hook on him. Every player does that. Rides him into the boards. Look where his two elbows are. Not once were they anywhere near where an infraction could be called for elbowing. He must be mad at the Islanders for some reason.
Well, it's possible.
Or he might be mad at Stefan Pearson for some reason. I should maybe single it out just to Stefan. He hasn't been able to do anything here in the third period to warrant a penalty that maybe he missed. Myers may have missed, but sure as heck, that was not a penalty.
Islanders just covered up there very quickly. But Pearson off for elbowing at 1:01, and the Rangers on the attack here. Greshner is out of the power play along with Pavlich and Hedberg. It comes back to Ruotsalainen. That's one goal. Smith the save. Big rebound. Smith got a piece of it. Oh, my. Billy Smith comes up big again as Bourne comes down the left wing. He's upended from behind, and there'll be a penalty here against Ron Greshner. They're going to break in the action with 18:14 left in the third period. The score is the Islanders 5 and the Rangers nothing.
Hi, I'm Jerry Deutsch, and I'd like to tell you about Deutsch Jewelers. At Deutsch Jewelers, we offer quality merchandise and personal service at unbeatable prices. Deutsch Jewelers features a wide selection of Pulsar watches. Pulsar, known for style and dependability, always a beat beyond. Come to New York's #1 jeweler in Hicksville, Queens, and Manhattan.
And then Bourne. A penalty to the New York Rangers. Greshner gets a tripping penalty. Let's take a look at the action. Ruotsalainen, what a shot he lets go. Look at the stop by Smith. Now look at the balance. Look at how quick he's back up. Bang. Rebound. Another stop by Billy Smith, and away goes Bob Bourne. Watch for the penalty. Hedberg in pursuit. He's not going to catch Bourne. Bourne's like a scared rabbit, but right there, Greshner gets the stick on the legs of Bourne and pulls him down and gets a penalty.
Greshner off at the 1:46 mark for the trip. Teams at 5 aside, and the Rangers trying to come out of their own end of the ice. Gordy Ling pinching in on the left side, tied up Anderson. Anders Kaller got the puck loose. Goring unable to get control of it, however. Now Lane steps in front of Laidlaw. The puck went up the right wing to McClanahan, trying to cut in on Morrow. Can't do it. Eddie Morrow off the boards to Lane. Lane unable to clear it out on the first attempt. Gets bumped by Laidlaw. McClanahan trying to come out of the corner. Went to center one. Billy Smith cut it off at the side.
McClanahan one-on-one against Ken Morrow a moment ago. Do you know how many times that must have happened in a practice session when they were preparing for the 1980 Olympics, which of course they all won gold medals at? One-on-one again. That's an automatic practice for all players on all teams. One-on-one against defensemen.
Now Brent Sutter on the right side, spun around by Dave Maloney's check, and here's Laidlaw. Laidlaw across to McClanahan, comes into center ice. The pass for Anderson was broken up by Wayne Merrick. Lane has dropped it back to Morrow. Eddie Morrow to Wayne Merrick to Gordy Lane. 3 Rangers back as he comes over the blue line, playing one around the boards. Hanlon cuts it off. There's Beck. They came loose right in front, and the Rangers had Laidlaw ready to pick it up. Don Maloney, rather. Maloney on this right side. Pearson was just stepped out of the penalty box, slowed him up. 40 seconds left in the Ranger penalty. Greshner sitting in the box as Chartrand slaps it down into the Islanders' zone. Billy Smith took it in the chest protector. Johnson to Bourne, now to Merrick. Merrick, Bossy, and Bourne come into center ice. The pass to the right wing for Bob Bourne. Bourne trying to cut in around Beckros behind the net. Outskated the big Ranger defenseman. Bourne back to the blue line to Potvin. Into Bossy. Peels off the boards with a drive, and it went bouncing off Chartrand. Beck and Merrick collided. Beck gave the puck to Johnstone. Johnstone clears it out, but a whistle as Merrick and Chartrand were swinging sticks in the Ranger end of the ice. So we'll get a couple of penalties here.
Loved by all of the people that have watched the Islanders over the past 11, 12 years.
Somebody told me that your pal Bobby Orr was at the game last night.
He was supposed to be at the game. Now, if he was, I didn't know that. I know he was supposed to come to the game, and I was hoping to get him on here with us for a little of his insights, but I understood from a phone call today that he had to go back. His wife had minor surgery, and he had to return to Boston. Gordon Jackson, all for Edmonton. Eloranta for Calgary.
And here it is 5-0, the Islanders. Afternoon, Boston defeated Buffalo. Chicago defeated Minnesota. The Islanders with a 5-0 lead here, hoping to go to Madison Square Garden with a 2-0 lead in the best-of-7 series. Gary Beck to Ruotsalainen. Ruotsalainen turning inside the blue line. Long pass up the left wing. Backman moved in. Persson knocked it away from him. Beck feeds it back to Ruotsalainen. The teams are at 6 aside as Beck on the far wing had his pass deflected, and Billy Carroll carries it back inside the Islander zone. Carroll to Gord Lane, across to Persson. Persson up the right wing to Mats Helene. Helene ran into Dave Maloney, and they tied up on the boards. Maloney got it loose. Backman dropped it back to Tom Laidlaw. Laidlaw celebrates his 25th birthday today. Hasn't been a happy birthday to this point. Morrow to Greg Gilbert. Gilbert, a long pass to Nystrom on the right side. It came off the boards, and Dave Maloney gives it to Laidlaw. Laidlaw checked by Nystrom. Goring moves in. He and Laidlaw in a battle for it, and Goring knocked Laidlaw over. After having regained his balance, here's John Tonelli. Tonelli across to McEwen from the blue line. It was off the left skate of Hanlon. John Tonelli picks it up again. Takes a look, comes off the boards, fakes it, now lets it go, and that flew wide of the net. McEwen will move in. Around it goes to Tonelli on the far side. Tonelli's pass tipped out into the center ice zone by Ron Greshner. McEwen hustling back. Upended by Ken-Eric Anderson. No whistle. Greshner picks up the puck, tries to cut in, and Nystrom took him off the play. Nystrom worked it to the corner for Tonelli. Tonelli chased by Anderson. Now to the left side for McEwen. Up to center ice, off Goring's stick. It's controlled by Dave Maloney of the Rangers. Gave it to Ruotsalainen. Ruotsalainen into the center ice zone. Here's Greshner over the Islander line. Greshner. Goring got a piece of him. McEwen cleared the puck right onto the stick of Anderson. Centered one off the heel of Dave Maloney's stick, and it's loose on the right wing. Nystrom and Greshner bumping as Goring came over to pick up the loose puck. Goring races in across the Ranger line. Dropped it to Tonelli. Tonelli works one around the boards. Ruotsalainen took care of Goring, and Greshner feeds a long pass to Anderson out to the right side. Here's Ruotsalainen with a burst of speed. Moves in, shoots. It hit Potvin and went wide. Ruotsalainen got his own rebound. Chase to the corner. Anders Hedberg for the Rangers. Checked on the boards. Pavlich trying to come back. Pavlich checked by Billy Carroll. Bossy got a stick on it. He is knocked down. Puck in his skates. Dug loose, and out comes Billy Carroll. Carroll to Kaller. Kaller steps in front of McClanahan. Comes right in on goal. Kaller went to the backhand, and it slipped wide of the net. Bob Laidlaw shoveled it up the wing. Billy Carroll controls it at the Ranger line. Back to Denny Potvin. We have just a little less than 13 minutes remaining in regulation time. Here's Kaller. Anders Kaller across the Ranger blue line with Bossy, who took the pass on his off wing, puts on the brakes as Beck was right on top of him. Beck has done a great job tying up Bossy through the first 2 games of the series. Harry Beck around the boards in the far corner. McClanahan had a stick on it. The puck went to Bossy, went to center one, and there's Beck. Beck and Carroll. It's cleared behind the net by Billy Carroll, picked up by Laidlaw. Gave it to Pavlich, up the right side to Hedberg. Failed to clear it out. Billy Carroll tried to set up Bossy, and it was blocked in front by Pavlich to Kaller, and he was too well covered. Laidlaw for the Rangers. Chased to the corner by the checking of Bossy. Around it goes. Beck couldn't get a stick on it. Johnson and McClanahan collide, and up comes Hedberg. Hedberg with a pass intended for Pavlich. He recovers in the Islander zone. Was checked by Potvin. Now Hedberg dug it loose. Put it out in front, but there is Bob Bourne. Bourne clears it out across the line. Don Maloney moved it right back into Pavlich. Potvin chases him to the corner. Mark Pavlich trying to go back of the net. The puck came loose, and Potvin has given it to Bourne. With Wayne Sutter. Wayne Sutter, a long shot, handling the save. Wayne Sutter went in after the rebound, knocked it away from Dave Maloney. Don Maloney back to help out. Bourne stepped in front of him. Bob Bourne to the blue line to Persson. Dumps it into the corner. The Rangers slap it around to the opposite side. Lane pinches in off the left wing. Got it to Wayne Sutter. It's picked up by Lane. Out to Brent Sutter, and his shot was blocked. Brent Sutter plays it back of the goal. Trying to center one. It was loose for Wayne Sutter. Sidesteps a check. Wayne Sutter unable to center it in front. Now gives it to Brent Sutter. Goes back to the net. Looks for Bourne. He's tied up in front. It goes to Lane. Gordy Lane's drive up high, and Hanlon got a piece of it. Here's Wayne Sutter from back of the net. Out in front. Brent couldn't get a stick on it. Persson off the right wing boards. Stephen Persson shovels it around the glass and then up into the crowd. Touch with Ron McClanahan in pursuit. Look at the move by Kaller. He did not get enough of the puck when he went to the backhand. Just missing wide. Now the Islanders starting out of their own zone. Helene, Gilbert, and Carroll with Morrow and McEwen. 5-0 Islanders. And the chant goes up 1940. Reference, of course, to the last time the New York Rangers won the Stanley Cup. Here's a chance for the Rangers, and nothing came of it as McPhee was checked, and out comes Helene. That's Helene had it poked off his stick by Laidlaw. Adelin cleared it aside for Chartrand. Around the boards, Helene put it out in front. McPhee for the Rangers sends Backman into center ice. Backman, a long shot from the blue line. Billy Smith, the routine save, left it for Morrow. Now to McEwen. McEwen to Gilbert on left wing. Greg Gilbert cuts to the right side into the center ice area and shot it high and wide of Hanlon. It bounces off the glass and is cleared back for Ruotsalainen. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the regulation time in this game. Now the fans start to sing Goodbye Rangers. Well, it's still a best-of-7 series, although the Islanders have been impressive tonight as they were last evening. Anderson into the Islanders' zone. Janssen got a piece of him, and Nystrom has cleared it out to center ice. This is Rio Ruotsalainen. Mikko Leninen. Leninen cross to Greshner, taken off the puck by Thomas Jansson's check. Then Eric Anderson drops it back to Ruotsalainen. Now to Beck. Barry Beck. Back to Ruotsalainen. Nystrom knocked it off his stick. There's Beck to the right wing side. Leninen comes to center, is tripped up from behind by Tonelli, and there'll be an Islander penalty for hooking. They get a break.
Leninen gets the penalty, stopping the Islanders' offensive power, possibly, for at least 2 minutes.
Marty Lane has just shot it down the ice. Butch Goring, Billy Carroll, Gord Lane, and Ken Morrow. The Islanders out on the ice. The Rangers start the power play with a long pass to Allison. He and Don Maloney move over the line, as does Eddie Johnstone. Beck comes in deep. The puck came out in front. From the blue line, Dave Maloney to Johnstone, and his shot hit Gordy Lane. Lane went down in front. We've got another penalty coming up against the Islanders. Allison over to Johnstone. Johnstone shot blocked by Billy Carroll, and he's started up. He'll head right for the empty net. Has not heard the whistle, but the referee, Bob Meyer.
Rangers moved the puck pretty good. Again, they're moving it to the side. Granted, they're on a power play, but a couple of good chances for Ruotsalainen to let the shot go, and he opted to make a pass rather than shoot it. Reminds me of Duguay with his 2-on-0. He and Backman against Billy Smith in game 1. Nobody seems to want to shoot the puck when they're in the right position.
Now we'll watch Pavlich bring the Islander defense back in a little bit. Gave the puck to Greshner. Across to Leninen. Back to Greshner. The far side, that's Ruotsalainen. Gave it to Greshner. Ruotsalainen lets one go. Smith, the stick hand save. Puck loose, and Pavlich has fired it through the goal mouth. It was up high in the air. Hedberg got it to Ruotsalainen. Far side, it comes right back to Ruotsalainen. Across to Greshner, a shot, a toe save by Billy Smith. Greshner to Ruotsalainen, broke a stick on the shot. Big rebound, and Billy Carroll unable to clear it. Held in at the point. Greshner to Leninen. His pass intercepted, and Thomas Janssen wheels and deals at his own end of the ice. 24 seconds left of the first penalty to Tonelli as he dumped it down into the Rangers zone off Goring's stick.
Pretty to watch, Jiggs. A team down 2 men, or to watch 3 against 5. They've done it well, the Islanders.
That was a key in winning the series against Washington. Game 3 at Washington in the first period. The Islanders were 2 men short, killed it on. And the first penalty to Tonelli has expired. So now it is 6 against 5, and Tonelli has cleared the puck into center ice. He picks it up from Goring. Tonelli comes over the Ranger line. The pass to Goring. Moves in. A backhander. Hanlon got a handle on it. Up they come on the right wing, led by Pavlich. Pavlich over the Islander line. Went to the left side. Maloney back to Pavlich. Smith comes out to make the save, and he holds on. The Islanders have been very impressive here tonight, as they were last night. I know it's redundant. Said it before, but they come to play. Many folks thought they wouldn't be able to handle the playoffs this year the way they had in the past after the season they'd had. The teams are at 6 aside, and the Rangers move in, led by Eddie Johnstone. Johnstone put it out in front. Here's Barry Beck, and it bounced off his stick. Beck into the corner. Johnstone couldn't get a stick on it. Kenny Morrow being tied up back of the net. Allison trying to center the puck. Got it to Don Maloney. He, Morrow, and Billy Carroll in a battle for it. Little jostling. It's in the skates of Billy Carroll. Gets away from everybody. Gave it to Bob Bourne. 6 minutes to play. Bob Bourne at center ice. Can't control the puck. Now Maloney to Allison. Comes over the line. Checked there by Thomas Janssen. He's dumped it down into the Ranger zone. Chartrand gave it to Allison. Mike Allison to Laidlaw. Up the right side it goes for McPhee. George McPhee is checked. Potvin has dumped it into center ice. Laidlaw waiting for his teammates to get back. Moved it to the right wing boards. There's McPhee to Duguay. Janssen bumps him off the play, and Potvin picks up the puck. Janssen got up looking for the referee. There was no call. The pass is on the stick of Merrick. Now to Kaller. Kaller to Merrick. He shoots. Hanlon got in front of that. Big rebound. Bounces into the corner. Laidlaw picks it up. Handed it to Bossy. Bossy comes off the boards. Doubled it through in front. Kaller steps around McPhee. Can't center the puck, and here's Duguay. Duguay to Backman. Janssen steps in front of him. Gave it to Potvin. To Bossy. Back to Potvin. They move it so well, don't they?
Extremely well, Jiggs. They're playing with tremendous confidence, the Islanders.
Kaller tests Hanlon on the glove side, and he was
Here for the New York Rangers. He just kicked out another shot, this time by Wayne Merrick.
And the drive there by McEwen is a stick save. Morrow's shot blocked in front. It hit Dave Maloney, and the Rangers move it out over the line. McEwen across to Morrow. Morrow dumps it right back in again. And the Rangers try it on the right wing side. Hedberg gave it to Dave Maloney. Cuts to the left across the Islander line. Goes in deep. Centered one. Hedberg was too well covered. Down the right wing, Pavlich slips a check. Mark Pavlich back to McClanahan. He is knocked off balance. A loose puck in front of the Islander goal. Gilbert got a stick on it, couldn't clear it out. It comes back to Ruotsalainen to drive. Smith the save as Pavlich was blocking his view, and now McClanahan trying to center it. He was checked. Back of the goal, that's Hedberg controlling the puck. Hedberg around to Pavlich. Pavlich puts it out in front and hopped over the stick of Dave Maloney, and up quickly comes Vatsaline. Vatsaline across the line. McClanahan slapping at him. Helene went to the backhand and threaded it wide. Pavlich trying to move on the right wing side. Brent Sutter stepped in front of him. Stefan Persson fires it right back into the Ranger end of the ice. We have less than 4 minutes to play. 5-0 Islanders. Brent Sutter's shot was blocked by Hanlon. This line of the two Sutter brothers and Bob Bourne, most impressive. Mikko Leninen into the Islander zone. Chased back of the net by Persson. Leninen played it up the right side, and Wayne Sutter races after it, trying to come in around Chartrand. Puts on the brakes. Sutter across to Bourne, but Beck came back. Harry Beck checked back of the goal. Then Chartrand got it up the left side. Leninen stand on it. Now gets it up to Anderson. Comes over the Islander line with a shot off the blocking glove of Billy Smith. It bounced up in the air, and a drive blocked by Smith as Leninen cruised in. Brent Sutter unable to pick it up deep in his own territory. Greshner is there as well. Now he is checked by Persson. Brent Sutter to Stefan Persson. To the left wing to Bourne. Dumps it out to center ice, and Beck comes back with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left. Neither team has scored here in the third period. The Islanders built their lead with 3 goals in the first, 2 in the second. Thomas Janssen brings it into center ice. Nystrom streaks down the right wing, took the pass, cuts into the shot, Hedlund the save, the rebound hit the post. Oh my, Thomas Janssen backhanded one that hit the post, and back come the Rangers, only to have their play broken up at center ice. Potvin back into Thomas Janssen. Janssen to Goring on left wing. Puts Goring across the line with a neat move, then was checked from behind by Backman. Dave Maloney takes it back of the net. Gave it to the left side, now out on the right wing to Backman. Mike Backman into the Islander zone. Janssen took him off the play, and here's Nystrom with it. Nystrom is bumped. The puck went loose. Janssen comes over, gets a shove from behind. Goring, in the meantime, plays the puck to Tonelli. John Tonelli into the Ranger zone. Tried to go around Laidlaw. Couldn't do it. The battle for the puck. It comes loose. Tonelli unable to come out of the corner, however. And the Rangers move into center ice. McPhee on right wing. McPhee back to Backman to McPhee. Shoots Billy Smith the save, and it's banged out of there by Morrow. Fans are loving it. It's fun to watch as the Islanders have dominated, controlling the game in all areas. Ruotsalainen to Beck. We have 1 minute and 20 seconds left. Now on the right side, McPhee's pass cut off by Morrow to McEwen to Bossy. Bossy in on the right wing, a drive, Hanlon the save, and the Rangers are able to clear the rebound into center ice. Morrow gave it to Michael McEwen. McEwen stepped away from Johnstone's check, comes over the line on left wing, drop pass, Merrick shot, kicked aside by Hanlon. Wayne Merrick with a minute to go. Works it around the boards. Rossi can't get it away from Don Maloney. Laidlaw is checked by Caller. Maloney picked up the puck, gave it to Ruotsalinen. 47 seconds remaining. Here's Johnstone into center ice. Don Maloney into the Islanders zone, turns around, and Ruotsalinen is checked. The puck came outside the line and shot back in offside. 36 seconds. The Islanders maintain that they like to play there as well, so that should be a lot of fun too. Brent Sutter into the Ranger zone to Dwayne Sutter. He's had the hat trick tonight, puts it out in front. Here's Persson, turn, shoots. Hanlon got a piece of it. The rebound is cleared loose in the Ranger zone and went to Bourne. Bob Bourne unable to get it to Brent Sutter. He ended up putting it into the corner for Dwayne Sutter. Got it around behind the net. The fans count down the final 7 seconds now. Persson back into his own zone, and that's going to do it. Bill Smith has shut out the New York Rangers. It's his 4th career shutout in the playoffs. He blanked the Vancouver Canucks in the finals last year in game number 3. And he receives the glad hand from his teammates. Had only 11 shots to face in the first 2 periods, was tested more regularly here in the 3rd. But Billy Smith has backstopped the Islanders to a 5-0 victory and a 2-0 lead in the series. So the New York Islanders have defeated the Rangers. Final score is 5-0. We'll be back with a recap of tonight's game following these messages. Neither team able to score in the 3rd period. We look at the final score. The New York Islanders dominating in all areas of the game, defeating the Rangers tonight. Final score is the Islanders 5, the Rangers nothing. Shots on goal in the 3rd period, 12 by each team, but there you see the totals, and the Islanders with 47, the New York Rangers with 23. It was 3-0 at the end of the 1st period, 5-0 at the end of the 2nd. We had several penalties called in the 3rd period. Neither team able to take advantage of a penalty situation, and especially the Rangers when they had a 2-man advantage for 1 minute and 27 seconds about the middle of the period. And when they couldn't score there, it was pretty much curtains.
It was, Jiggs, and you know, when you think about it, so often in that period we saw the Islanders, in a sense, toying. And that, of course, none of the players would admit to, but it looked that way, that they moved the puck so well. They moved it with such confidence in the 3rd period that they had the New York Rangers really chasing after it. And that's a tough way to play. It's humiliating in a lot of ways. It's discouraging in a lot of ways. But if I have to look for a bright point for the Rangers, it has to be in the goaltending at the end of the 1st period, from the 2nd period on, of Glenn Hanlon. He was extremely good in the nets for the Rangers, as the Islanders had numerous opportunities, and he withstood all of them except 2 in the 2nd period, and of course all of them in the 3rd period.
And the Rangers have to be thinking too. They come in here and the Islanders tattoo them 5-0 without the best centerman in the National Hockey League, Brian Trottier.
And without some pretty good other players in Gillies and Dave Langevin. But, you know, we've talked about that before. And all of these elements that everyone was skeptical of are now coming to surface. The depth of the Islanders, we can talk about that again. And, of course, the play of some of the other players, that is the depth. The Matt Salines and the Greg Gilberts, Billy Carroll, again, outstanding in his role tonight. So it's just an endless stream of players and talent coming out of the dressing room.
5-0. The Islanders have defeated the Rangers. We'll return to the Coliseum, but first we pause for this message. The 47 shots on goal by the Islanders in this 5-0 victory tonight ties the team record for the playoffs, something they had done twice before, both times against Pittsburgh. Once in 75, and the other time was last season on the 13th of April. 47 shots.
16 in the first, Jiggs, 19 shots in the 2nd period. Things started to really come into the own for the Islanders, and you have to keep looking at the fact that they did control the puck. The pinpoint passing, I mean, there were times when they passed the puck they really didn't need to, but they felt that good about it, and they knew that they weren't in trouble at any point in the hockey game. And as you say, in the 3rd period with 2 men down, and the way they worked their 3-man defensive core, Billy Carroll up in the front, It's pretty to watch. It really is, if you understand, you know, the kind of game that you have to play defensively in order to make that work, in order to not give, in this case, the Rangers a good shot at Billy Smith, and they didn't get it.
Last year, the two teams went 6 games. They split the first 2 here at the Coliseum. This season, the Islanders will go into the Garden up 2 games to nothing. But the series is not over by any stretch of the imagination. Don't plan the celebration yet. The Rangers have other plans for the Islanders, and they'll unfold on Sunday. Once again, our final score here at the Nassau Coliseum is the New York Islanders 5, the New York Rangers nothing.
Mike McEwen and Barry Beck were the men. 13 points, 78-79 for Mike, 80-81 for Barry Beck. My guest, Dwayne Sutter, he got the 3-goal hat trick. He was decisive tonight. The team's going to Madison Square Garden for games 3 and 4, Sunday and Monday. How do you feel about playing at the Garden, Dwayne?
Their crowd's a very loud crowd, and everyone knows they don't like the Islanders very much. And when they get loud and start booing us and throwing stuff at us or whatever, I think it pumps a lot of us up, and we play pretty good hockey in there, it seems. We lost a couple close ones in there this year, but basically we played good games as a whole, as a team.
We commented on the goaltending of the Rangers' Glenn Hanlon, but it was Billy Smith who got the shutout. Your evaluation of Billy's play tonight?
Smitty played great. Last night, the save of the game was a 2-0. If they scored there, I think it would have been 2-0, and we would have had a pretty uphill battle. Tonight, he made some really big stops in the second period. I think after it was 3-0 or 4-0, so it could have been like maybe 4-2 in the last period. And one I remember in particular was a Barry Beck shot from the point, and Smitty was screened. I think he flopped and got it with his blocker or something. But he's playing really well, and we all know Smitty is a money goalie, so he'll be there.
Do you think that Al Arbour will go to Rollie Melanson in Game 3?
It's a tough question. Rollie played really well during the regular season. We all know that, and he played super in Washington 2 games in a row. I guess Al's reason for going with Smitty to start this series was the experience, and he can't. I don't know if he'll switch a winning lineup.
I don't want to overlook the other half of the Viking duo. Your brother Brent has come along. He's really ripened. What about him?
Brent played really well the last 10 games of the season. He was probably one of our best players, if not the best one. And he's playing with a lot of confidence now, and that always helps, you know, to play with confidence. You try things that you normally don't try on the ice. And, you know, he's starting to skate with the puck more and shoot, and he's making some nice plays, too. With Bobby Bourne on the left side and the speed he has, we can take advantage of that by dumping it in the corners and Bourne out skating their defenseman like that worked for the winning goal last night on Dennis's goal when Bourne showed his speed going wide. So I think we're all playing well as a line, and we just want to keep going and try and go better every game out.
Okay, titanic effort by Dwayne Sutter, and now we go to Jiggs McDonald and Eddie Westfall.
All right, Stan, and his Islander pregame, or postgame, excuse me. I'm ready for another. Let's play 2.
Stan Fischler here at Nassau Coliseum, where the New York Islanders defeated the Rangers 5-0. They now have a 2-0 lead in the Patrick Division Finals. And now we have our mailbag, an interesting question about penalty shots in the playoffs. Regarding Denny Potvin's penalty shot versus Washington, can it be said that referees are reluctant to call penalty shots in the playoffs? Well, my feeling has always been that referees have not called enough penalty shots in the regular season, and that goes for the playoffs as well. And I'd like to see more penalty shots, both in the playoffs and regular season. Jiggs, Eddie, what do you think?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Stan. The lack of penalty shots, only 10, I think. Denny Potvin, wasn't he the 10th man to have a penalty shot in playoffs? That speaks volumes right there. I guess probably it's the pressure on the referee. He doesn't want to put one team at a disadvantage, and it would depend on the severity of the situation as well. But the answer is yes, there is a reluctance to call them at all times, and especially in the playoffs.
You're right. I've always talked about that. I often think that nothing short of a tip. I mean, the guy had to call it on Dennis Potvin, or not on him, but for him. But I mean, there was no question. Everybody in the building, including the Washington Capitals and their coach and There was no one. No one. If that penalty shot had not been called, I'm sure the fans would have rained down all of their disapproval. But no, it's almost a foregone conclusion now that penalty shot is not called unless it's, I mean, if there's any way at all for the referee to get out of it, if he can think of one quick excuse between the time that the guy is fouled and he slides either into the net or into the backboards, there's no penalty shot. If he can't think of one, there's a penalty shot.
Make one up, right? Well, so much for that question. If you have one that you would like to hear discussed, send along your question to Sports Channel, Islander Wrap-Up, Post Office Box 234, Woodbury, New York, 11797. We're glad that you stuck with us through the game. In the post-game show, you have about 63 minutes in which to file your 1982 income taxes.
Really?
He's probably already spent his refund, knowing you.
If I had one. Someone else will spend it for me.
Well, I've noticed the Islanders have defeated the Rangers 5-0 here tonight. If there is a fifth game necessary, we'll have it for you on Sports Channel next Wednesday. But now the Islanders go into Madison Square Garden up 2-0 as once again our final score from the Nassau Coliseum is the New York Islanders 5 and Herb Brooks Rangers unable to score a goal on Billy Smith here in game number 2. If necessary, Game 5 will be Wednesday night at 8 as the three-time Stanley Cup champion New York Islanders face off against the New York Rangers in a fight for the Patrick Division Championship. Find out if the Islanders will defend their title, starting with Islander Preview at 7:30. New York Islander hockey exclusively on Sports Channel. There's more exciting New York Yankee baseball tomorrow afternoon at 2 when Billy Martin's Bronx Bombers take on the Toronto Blue Jays. Catch all the action live from Yankee Stadium. New York Yankee baseball all season long on Sports Channel. Remember, when you can't get to the game, get the game at home on Sports Channel. For Ed Westfall, Stan Fischler, and the entire crew here at the Nassau Veterans Memorial Coliseum, I'm Jiggs McDonald saying so long for Sports Channel.